All right, hey guys, what's going on? It is Tuesday night. We have the team tournament coming up this weekend. So we are looking at some standard testing probably tonight and at least one more time this week. I know that a lot of people don't really come and hang out to watch standard, so I apologize if it's not what you're here for, but that's what we got this week. We'll probably play a little Pioneer or Modern somewhere in the middle. We're continuing our mono red testing. The sideboard, like everything's basically the same way we had it set up last time with the four frostbites in the main. I think it's the best. My least favorite card in the entire deck so far is Rimrock Knight. Like it kind of, I don't know. Like it just seems like it's one of those like necessary evils, unfortunately. So I don't know. We're gonna keep playing it and see what happens. Sideboard's the same way. Three Red Cat melee, three Rolling Vortex, three Scorching Dragonfire, an extra Phoenix of Ash, two Soul Seers, second the Akroan War, and two Ox of Agonis. I mean, it just feels like a really well-rounded sideboard. Like, and I'm a big fan. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in here, start playing games. Traditional standard ranked, red deck wins. After this round, we'll look and see about getting set up for get a how I'm doing here. This hand seems good. It's one more land than I'd like to have, honestly, but it's kind of the downfall of playing 24 lands, is that sometimes you just have hands like this. So hopefully we draw into like an annex or something. Another land is not what we wanted. I think we're gonna run out the Rimrock Knight to start really getting pressure going. Um, just really start pushing it if we can. So again, like this is not a good draw step, but like if we were gonna draw a land, Faceless Haven was the best draw step by far. It allows us to have play next turn. Okay. And our opponent's giving us a chance. We're gonna attack for 8 next turn and put our opponent to 6 here. Coast is clear. Let's get in there. Our opponent's at 6. We have a haste creature in hand and a frostbite to try and help clear the way if we need some help. So that was the one card I was hoping they didn't have. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can't do it all, but I can attack for 5. Make it to where this can't block. And then serve up 5. Another land, we wouldn't be able to do it there. So we did just miss lethal there. I wasn't really thinking about it, but we did. So if we, right there, if we animate the land and then we attack and then make it to where it can't block before blockers, we get to keep it around that way. All right. Just like that. If we'd done that a turn ago, we'd have won a turn earlier, but did not work out that way. All right, so we want 3 Rolling Vortex, and I think we want 2 Ox of Agonis. We can cut an Embercleave. I really don't like this plus-minus thing that they're doing now. Feels very weird to me. Frostbite seems very medium, like probably the worst of the cards here. And then cutting an Embercleave seems fine. Think a Phoenix of, well, I don't know. I really like the Akroan War, honestly. Like having like a 1-of there to like just snag something off the top doesn't seem bad to me. I think we'll just try it like this and see what happens. This hand is phenomenal. We're going to keep this. So I won't lie, I kind of miss the days of attacking for one, and then our opponent being forced if they were going to kill our creature or not, because um, because of light up the stage, without seeing what we did, just because light up the stage was so good in standard. Like 1 mana draw 2 in that standard was just so good. Put Yorion into their hand, it makes me feel pretty good about this game. I won't lie to you. It's possible they just didn't have a 3-drop, so they just figured to take the turn off, and the rest of their hand could be gas, but I don't think so. Okay, they did that so they can leave up Eliminate. Yep. We're going to make a token. Oh, I was like, maybe they don't have another land. I was like, that'd be interesting. So they have to have an instant speed way of interacting with Torbran. And if they don't, our Satyr is a bolt, and so is our Torbran. Yeah, and so is a Rolling Vortex. That's a pretty solid play. Elspeth's Nightmare. Destroy a creature with power 2 or less. So we're going to run out our other Torbran. Does it matter? Puts him to 5, then that puts him to 2? I think we're just going to hold up Rolling Vortex. I don't really know how they gain life here. Rolling Vortex being 2 points and then 2 bolts has been really good. Okay. I was like, I don't... Alright, well that worked out. I didn't really know what their plan was there, but... And we ranked up into Plat. Let's see if we can add a text box here. Add a new source. Win/loss. We're going to change it to say that. And then we're going to put it in that better font that I like. I can't remember what it's called right now. I think it starts with an I. Impact. And then we'll leave that there. Okay. Perfect. We must have got some coins or something. Got a pack. Let's go ahead and spend our other 1,000 on a pack here. I mean, it's not like we're doing anything else with it. I do have a bunch of codes to put in, actually. I got them. We played on Monday night and got a bunch of stuff, so... Huh? Alright. 1-0 with our standard testing so far. One thing that I really like about playing Arena is that there's like you can just play for free. Like, you know, like on Moto, like if you have a bad couple weeks, you know, like you could lose like, you know, like a lot of your points and stuff. So I kind of like the being able to play for free on Arena. Hopefully they play something here that we can frostbite. All right, we're obviously not going to do that with the Fabled Passage. And we're just going to play the Rimrock Knight here. And I know that's twice now that I've played Rimrock Knight out without actually having an answer, like without actually playing Boulder Rush. And that's not normally something that I really try to get into like the habit of doing, but I have really enjoyed. Like I don't know, like it just seems like I need to get pressure going, so I get it down as quickly as I can. This has been a really good curve for us. Esper, okay. Birth of Melitus, okay. So I think this really works out for us to be able to play the, okay, play the Torbran and get in for a lot here. The shields are down. And so next turn we have Embercleave. Even if they have like a Doom Foretold. Get to make 2/1/1s because of that. Guess I should have waited to do that. It's not like it really matters, but doesn't matter when I do it because no matter how he blocks, we're going to win here. But it still would have been better to wait. That was just, I miscounted my lands and my attackers. I was thinking that I could do that and still, I could play both the Frostbites and still have that. So against Doom Foretold, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of at a loss for what we want here. Against like the Esper Doom Foretold deck. I guess we'll bring in 2 Ox and we'll bring in the 3 Dragonfires. Cards that don't seem great here. Definitely Frostbite. We still have Stomps, so we'll just cut most of those, and we'll cut a Cleave. I feel like I end up in a lot of matchups cutting like 1 Ember Cleave just because like they feel so. I don't know. Like I just feel like when you're playing removal or sweepers or something, like Ember Cleave just, you know, just it can be a win less, which is a weird thing to say. Or lose more, I guess, is the better term that I'm looking for there. Lose more. All right, well, drawing a 3rd Fervent Champion is pretty sweet. I won't lie. We're about to crash in for 6 here next turn. My opponent keeps playing Omen of the Sea during their turn, and I don't really understand why. They did top though. That's a scary thought. And just to make life simple, when I'm doing these triggers online, I literally just go around the horn and just do that way, just to save on worrying about anything. Birth of Melitus, okay. We're just getting in for as much as possible here. 4, 6, 8, 10. We're putting our opponent to 3. With Faithful saving next turn, so kind of feels like no matter what they do here, we kind of got it locked up. I mean, it could be wrong, but Extinction Event on odd, okay. Taking an ECD is pretty good. I mean, not that it's super relevant in this spot. They go to 3 here. This could be a sweeper. I don't know. It could be like Archon of Sun's Grace or whatever that card's called. Like, we're gonna attack and see what happens here. Make a 3/3. Okay. We get rid of a land. They go to 1. We run this back out and we say go, which leaves us with another 4/3 on the field. Man, having man lands in mono red is like honestly amazing. Like, it feels like this is the thing that mono red has been missing since I started playing Magic. Like, I don't know. It's just so good. Eh, like, Faceless Haven is just great. Like, I would genuinely like to imagine what mono red is like with Mutavault. Like, and I know, like, it's weird to say, like, imagine that. I know I could just physically go and play. I could just go play that in Pioneer if I wanted to, but I don't know. It just the power level of Manlands in Standard just feels so good. We'll keep this hand. Run out the Hall Monitor. The Hall Monitor is like one of those cards that I really am on the fence about. This is like one of those cards that is like it's not as good as Forever Champion in my opinion. Like, it feels like you'd kind of have to be silly to say that it is. Honestly, it's just how I feel about it. But but the Hall Monitor has its upsides. Like, it is. Ooh, we're gonna take that thing. I literally don't even have to read it. It makes a 3/3 every turn and like tap shit and draws cards or something stupid. They're deciding to go into 16 here to Omen of the Sea. Seems pretty good. Seems like seems pretty good for us. Like, they definitely have an eliminate. They have to. Like, I just feel like there was too much hesitation on when our Robber of the Rich came down for them to not have an eliminate or a Heartless Act. Oh, destroy my Robber of the Rich? Yep, you got it, dude. And then we're gonna play this, and then play this. I don't know. Maybe Rimrock Knight's not as bad as I say it is. Choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Oh, sorry, buddy. That's my entire hand. I don't know. Maybe I'm too hard on Rimrock Knight. I get it. It's a red aggressive creature that has 2-for-1 value. Like, I definitely understand its value. I just also look at it and think, man, like, I just wish that it was like a better 2-drop. Like, I just nope is trash. Okay, see, I'm honestly with you, buddy. Like, honestly, exile target opponent's graveyard. Okay, you got a Robber of the Rich with that. Like, I'm thinking about. Okay. I don't know. Like, I look at Rimrock Knight and I think, how much better would this deck be if it just had, Earthshaker Kenra, like Kari Zev would be better in that spot. No, we don't want Dragonfires. That's wrong. We want Ox. Um, but I don't know. Like, it's like I don't know. I'm kind of harping on this. We're just gonna let the Rimrock Knight thing go. I don't know. That's one of those things I can never really get over about playing this deck, is that Rimrock Knight just feels like not good enough. But every time I play the deck, it has value, so I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of like good standard cards over the years that would be really good. What in the Sam Hella standard? Team tournament practice, man. I gotta practice for the tournament this weekend, but I mean, it's not like I really want to be playing standard. Carly only really plays modern, and Joseph wanted to play pioneer, so I'm playing standard, which kind of okay with mono red's mono red, you know. Are you guys trading guns because yours is a higher level? So our opponent mulligans, and this is one of those hands that feels a little slow, but I think it's worth keeping because we have a sideboard card in it. Plus they're on a mulligan, so it feels like we can get away with a little bit of a slower hand here. Is the 2K on the 25th? Yeah, yeah. It's that Sunday at 12 o'clock. Why are you gonna go to it, man? Heat waves been faking me out. Elspeth's Nightmare is pretty good. Oh, we're just gonna keep using our curve and playing good cards here. You get to take Vortex, Embercleave, or the Akroan War. You have quite the selection here. Yes, sir. Hey, that's awesome, man. That's good. I'm glad. I know you don't really get a chance to play a lot. Not that, you're like super upset about it or anything, but I'm glad you're gonna get to play, man. So if he has Elder Gargaroth here, we just get to slam the Akroan War, which is pretty great. Sure, exile my graveyard. Not that it's really relevant, but Shadow's Verdict, sure. That's the biggest reason I didn't play the... I didn't run out the Rimrock Knight last turn, as I didn't really want to get 2 for 1 right there. I don't really know what our opponent Ragavan needs to not be $230,000 though. I mean, honestly, like Ragavan's kind of like its price is out of hand. Are you thinking about playing a Ragavan deck? Like, cause I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to talk me into like playing Ragavan. All right, our opponent concedes. Like Ragavan like seems really good. Like all the like Ragavan things that are going around right now seem really cool. Cool. We end up with another pack. Keep opening adventure Jeskai Stoneblade. Oh yeah, that was what Natty Ice lost to in the top 8. Um, last week or week before last or whatever that was. That deck's really good, man. Like that deck's really solid, especially because it has that new, like the like living weapon like +5/+5 trample haste thing. So I think that deck's really good. I think being on the play with Stomp and top end of our curve seems pretty good here. Plus, if our opponent just like doesn't really do anything, we get to play Robber of the Rich, which I like doing. I think that's a good option here. Oh, this is that Manland, right? I actually think the green one's the best one by far. A 3/3. Total power. Draw a card. I think we're just gonna shove in with the dorks here and then just stomp if he blocks. That's pretty good. Yep. Get rid of that guy. And then it's nice if we have a Faceless Haven later that we can just... I'm just mad because at its peak, Goblin Guide was like $35. I mean, honestly though, I've been playing Bant, but it just seemed like Jeskai obviously better. Yeah, it just feels like with the new cards that it is better. I'm honestly inclined to agree with that. So we're gonna Frostbite this. We're gonna attack for 1, see if our opponent blocks. They don't. We're gonna play Bone Crusher Giant, and then our leftovers are Torbran and the Akroan War, which feels pretty good here. What is this? Okay, hang on. My God, I have to read one of them, buddy. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green creature token. Pay 2 to level 2. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. Level 3, pay 4. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top card of your library. Interesting. So we're just going to Embercleave the Fervent Champion here and just kind of like start picking off his board and doing other things. And then, if nothing else, Torbran next turn feels pretty good here. Questing Beast is also one of those cards that's really good. We're gonna Crowan War the Questing Beast, and I was like, and I'm pretty sure that's game here. Because, yeah, I mean, it's not technically game that turn, but... Okay. Cards that seem good include Dragonfire, Soulseer, the Crowan War. Cards that seem bad include Rimrock Knight. This is those matchups where I do not like Rimrock Knight at all. This also feels like one of those matchups where we can cut an Embercleave and cut a Hall Monitor. Hall Monitor has value here, but at the same time, like I kind of feel like it's one of those cards. Like, Hall Monitor is good when you're playing offense and not defense. And unfortunately, sometimes in these like aggro creature mirrors, you do end up playing defense. So I'm not a huge fan of Hall Monitor. Fervent Champion generally blocks pretty well against a lot of this stuff because it just flat out has like first strike. So it's just like better blocking than Hall Monitor. And also, Embercleave is one of those on the offense cards, which we will not be with his hand. We're going to mulligan to join our opponent. So, I think we ship a land, which is incredibly greedy, but we're playing 24. So I'm pretty okay with the fact that we will draw a third one. Yep. Definitely just going to stomp something. The question is, what will it be? Okay. Okay, I don't really know. They could have that Ranger Guile or whatever it's called. Or I guess they'd rather just have the 1/1. Okay. Gonna play our 4/3 here. We have lots of really good leftovers, so if we end up trading card for card here, like using Bone Crusher Giant to trade off, then I'm okay with that. Scooz is a pretty good one. Choose target creature you control and don't control. If you control 3 or more snow permanent, that creature gets +1/+1 gets indestructible. That's pretty good. We're gonna run out the Torbran and honestly just block whatever they do. More than likely, like whatever they play, we're just gonna block because we're cracking back for 4. All right, or we're not because they have another removal spell. They get to gain a life here, go to 19, and then attack us for 8. We go to 3. So it's land or bust. Guess tar, like not tar fire. Hopefully they don't have another fight spell. We can play around things here a little bit. Or can we? Alright, we're just dead. Oh. So we didn't really draw any removal spells that game, and we just kind of saw like what happened. We just kind of we saw what happens right there. So we're just gonna run it back here. I don't really see a reason to board anything differently or do anything else. Play first. That hand's terrible. With 24 lands in the deck, I think we keep this and hope it works out. Because a land turns on 3 removal spells, all of which are very good. Without a land, we're in a tough spot, though. Drawing a land was a very fortunate draw step for us. Let them block. They're not going to block. Interesting. Okay. Then we're going to stop this, stomp this, and he gets to make another 1/1, which is fine. Mountain would be really good right here. We're going to say go here. Yeah, we're not going to block. We're going to see what they do after combat. Alright. Scorching Dragonfire, Kazandu Mammoth. That sucks. And I think we're just going to have to trade a few creatures here for things that we're trying to do. Which isn't great, but it's okay. Yeah, that's not what we wanted to see. I don't know what we're drawing out to here, but that Snakeskin Veil was the icing on the cake this game, I think. Yeah, that card was really good. So let's just, we have to, there's nothing we can do. We're just dead here. Alright. That makes us 3-1 on the night with our mono red aggro deck here. The deck has felt really good so far. Yeah, 3-1's not bad. I can live with that. We've pushed on up into plat tonight, so there's that. Not that I really try to push hard to get very far in arena, but our opponent's playing Luris. I don't know. We probably get a mulligan against Luris. Unfortunately, this hand is not really any better, but I think we'll keep 6 and try it like this. Maybe they're playing Luris in the standard version of this deck. Standard version of this deck being the blue-black rogues deck. Or yep, we can't kill that. Would have liked to have that castle, but all right, let's get something going. Gotta have some offense here. Okay, Thieves Guild Enforcer, mill 2 cards. Wanted that mountain. Really need to draw a mountain here so that we can. All right, our opponents had a pretty good turn here. We had some heating up a little bit. I mean, Rimrock Knight can't block, so we're gonna get in there. Okay. Sack that to draw a card. Just fine. Damage. Play Robber of the Rich. We can block one of those at least. One, two, three, four, 5 lands. And some more lands. I don't really mind that they're milling us out. I really just like did a 3rd land. And God almighty, they hit like 6 lands right there. Like 5 or something crazy. Oh. Attack for 3. Play Annex. Maybe we can try to get something going here. I don't know. Won't be easy, but maybe we can like try to like turn this up. If we hit a land next turn, play the crab, they probably have a land to hit us for 6 more cards. Yeah, now we're down to 24. We were gonna draw a land. Jesus, they've hit like all of our lands, which is ironic because it's like the one thing we needed this game. But yeah, we're gonna go to 11 here. not super concerned with our life total at the time, so or at the moment. Maybe if we get a land next turn, we can play our Embercleave and try to win the game. I don't know. We're running out of outs here. We're running out of cards quick. We have 13 cards left in our deck. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. God, seriously, not a land? Really? Um, make 4 tokens. I don't know. This game feels a little out of reach here. I won't lie. Jesus. I mean, if they have a land, we're dead. Well, that's disappointing. We do not want Vortex. We want Dragonfire. The Crowan War seems very medium. Frostbite seems good. Rimrock Knight seems bad. Bring in a Phoenix of Ash, cut a Cleave. I like trying it like that. Bring in some removal spells. Try to make the matchup more interactive from our side for sure. So one thing I really don't like about this mono red standard deck is that it doesn't have a lot of interaction. Like Frostbite and Stomp are good cards. Like Frostbite and Bonecrusher Giant are good cards, but like like I want a Lightning Strike. Just straight up, like I want a Lightning Strike, and that's just where I'm at. Like I'd settle for Incinerate, or something like that, but I don't want Royal Eruption or whatever it's called. I don't want Incendiary Flow. I want Lightning Strike. I want instant speed, 2 mana, deal 3 to something. And it feels like Wizards thinks that like I'm beyond crazy for wanting that. Let's start exiling cards from them. Start taking stuff we can play, hopefully. Alright, he'll land. That's fine. Heat waves been faking me out. So we're gonna attack. We're gonna leave up Hall Monitor in case they flash in the 1/3. Go to damage. Cast their Thieves Guild Enforcer. Play our Hall Monitor here. So we're going to attack because we have Soul Seer here that we can play. And we are attacking for 5. Interesting. They're going to take 5 here. Very interested to see this. Yep. That's what we played around last turn. Drawing 7 lands. Wow. They milled the 1 spell that we needed instead of drawing more lands. And this is the problem with playing 24 lands in Standard. Well, not just in Standard, but in any deck, honestly. We're going to get busy here and see what happens. I mean, it's not like we have another option, so... Yep. Hit another card that would be gas. Draw a card that's garbage. I mean, like last game, we got stuck on like literally 2, like we got stuck on 2 lands for like a bajillion turns, and then we got stuck on like 3 lands. Again, hit more cards that are great. We just can't really seem to catch a break with the draw steps. Like our opponent's milling gas, and then we're drawing lands. Like we've drawn 7 lands. All right. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna concede here. Feels like I'm okay with just losing that one. Like that's the thing about playing against that rogues deck is when they draw well, you're not beating it. It's just like one of the most frustrating games. Like it's one of the most frustrating decks in Standard to play against, in my opinion, because when you play against it, like it's either win a lot or lose a lot against it, because they either have it all or they don't. And so, like the frustrating thing about games like that is that like we win the first game if we just like have reasonable draw steps. Okay, why are we not having 1-drops tonight? Like this is complete nonsense. Our hands have been trash. Our 7 like had nothing to do on turn 1, and then our 6 was so our 7 had nothing to do on turn 1, like which I just don't like. And then our 6 was 5 lands Torben Embercleave, which I also don't like. That just seems really bad. Land, please. Guess we'll go ahead and run out the Rimrock Knight here. No, it can't block, but we gotta get something down here. Land? Frostbite. They get to make a token. We're gonna crash in for 4 here. Heat waves keep making me out. Fervent Champion, okay. Waiting to block, okay. Okay. I was like, place your Embercleave, my friend. So we'll run it out here. Attack for 2, and then we will put the, unless he just like plays a Torbran or something here. We are going to put the Bone Crusher Giant in front of the Fervent Champion. Because he has to have a Boulder Rush or something here to not at least trade with us. Yep. It's one of his last 2 cards. There's not much we can do about that. So no matter what we do, we're just dead here. Maybe they block. They do block. Okay. Again, like, unless it's Boulder Rush here, like, Jesus Christ. Alright. So this guy's, like, no exaggeration, every card put him over top of us in the first game there, even though we mulliganed to 6 and our hand wasn't very good. Red Cat Melee, Scorching Dragonfire, Soul Seer. Bring in all our removal spells, cut things that either don't greatly impact the board right away or are irrelevant. Play first. They say it's good. Yep. We go to 19. Then we're going to play Robber. Hit a mountain, okay. Yep. We're going to keep running out our threats here. I'm going to attack here. And then hold up Red Cat Melee and see what they do. Red Cat Melee this. which works out pretty well. Play Bonecrusher Giant. Attack for 3. Frostbite is pretty good. I think just shoving and Ember Cleaving here is good enough. Like, he maybe has a removal spell, but... It also feels like he's just going to activate Castle Embrith, which is fine. He does get to kill our token. There's not a difference between 4 and 3 at this point. Interesting. I guess I'm attacking for 10 and you can soak up 6 and die, so it doesn't really change anything. I think we want to cut one of these for one of these on the draw. Yeah. I mean, we still just kind of hope that we're playing mono red control and then we can like slam like a big creature with an Ember Cleave late in the game, so... Heat waves keep faking me out. This hand's good, so, especially since our opponent mulligan, we're going to keep. Again, this is one of those hands where we have a bunch of one. Well, we drew a 1-drop. We were very fortunate to draw a 1-drop, but I was going to say it's annoying that we don't have a 1-drop in this kind of hand. But I'm going to keep a hand like this just because my opponent is on a mulligan and we're playing the mirror. Like, and it honestly, like, a lot of times these mirrors come down to who has more cards. So we're going to keep running out our stuff here. We have reactive cards, and our opponent's probably going to play a removal spell, which I'm okay with. And then we're going to put our opponent to 18. And then next turn, depending on what they do, we have removal spells, or we have our own Phoenix of Ash. We're going to crack in for 1 again here. Hold up Frostbite. Yeah, I think this is fine. Attack for 2. Corvin, okay. Okay. That was the one thing we were worried about there. I mean, as long as our last card's not like an Ember Cleave or something, we're fine. So if it is an Ember Cleave, they're hitting for 14, 18. If we block, we do get to come out alive. Attack for 4, put our opponent to 7, and then again, this is one of those situations where as long as we don't die. So as long as the last card's not a removal spell, we have... Alright, them attacking sealed the game for us here, so... They block 1, we Embercleave the bird, they take 7. I don't think they should have attacked there, personally. I don't know. That just seems like a bad attack to me. You know, I mean, I'm also working with the information of knowing what's in my hand there, but at the same time, like, it's also like when you're in those like treading close games there, like it feels aggressively wrong to me to just like block and do things like that. Let's go to the store here. Let's buy a last pack here before we wrap up and talk about things tonight. See if we get anything. You know, you actually like get quite a few cards if you play pretty regularly. Like, so 8 mythics and 3 rares right now. Like, I know it's not perfect or anything, but all right. Let's see here. Team tournaments on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. I'm pretty set on this list that I'm running. Excuse me. It feels really good against a lot of things, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like, it like there's just excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't know. Like, mono red aggro with a 4/3 vigilance manland is really good. Like, it really adds a lot to the deck, I feel like. And you know, Embercleave and Annex are just really good cards within themselves. Torbrand just adds to the deck. And then that one of a Crowan War in the main is like honestly like really sweet. Whoever came up with that is awesome. The only card that I really question and wonder if it's right to play is Hall Monitor. I wonder if that just shouldn't be Fireblade Charger. But I don't know, like if we played like when we played against the Elder Gargaroth earlier, if that was a Fireblade Charger, we're not winning that game. Like, it's just that simple. But you know, like if we play against mono white aggro and we have Fireblade Charger, like our deck becomes immensely better. So it's really all about like what what I'll be seeing more, what I'll be playing against, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm interested, but I like it. That's it for the stream tonight. I know it was a really short stream, but I really just wanted to get in and play some Magic. If you come by and hang out, I appreciate it. I'm not sure I'll be back either Wednesday, Thursday, sometime. I'm not sure, but I'll come back and stream at least once or twice more this week. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.